Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing one of my fall favorites, shrimp stew. This is one of my favorite recipes my mom used to make me growing up. She still does. I keep saying growing up as if she's not here anymore, but my mom still makes this recipe and I finally feel like it's stew season, soup season. So I'm probably going to do another soup for y'all next week as well because I love the fall. I love thick meals. I can't eat like this all the time, so when I do, I am excited. And as always, all my recipes are always very, very simple. You don't have to worry about it being too difficult. Shrimp stew is something you can definitely figure out on your own. So let's get started. Okay, so I told myself I would try to get better angles. Okay, so first we're just gonna chop our vegetables that will be our seasoning.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. So no one else can do like you do. That's why I'm
Okay, so this is the best angle that I can find for the pot. First, we're going to, and this is a Dutch oven pot. You can do it in a soup pot, but I mean, it's just me and my fiance here, so we don't need anything like too big. So this normally works, and this is my favorite pot. Start off with a little bit of butter. So we're just gonna put equal parts of butter and flour. I just eyeball it, but if you're doing this for the first time, just do equal parts. And then the full recipe will be linked down below. So basically the color of roux that we're gonna we're going to achieve, we're gonna be looking for a kind of almond butter, kind of right here is what we're looking for. So I turn the heat down just a little bit. And now we can start sauteing our vegetables, aka Trinity. So always be careful when you do that because a roux is so hot. You do not want to burn yourself with one. But yeah, I would say saute this for about 5 to 7 minutes because the heat kind of makes them absorb all of this, all of the flour and butter. Wine break while that's sauteing. So once your vegetables kind of cook down a little bit, you want to add your meat. I don't think I cut those on camera, but yeah. Just kind of have it cooked right before so we can just start throwing everything in and just letting it go. It is cooking. We're just going to start seasoning just to get it out the way. I'm seasoning with some Tony's. Lots of Tony's. We have some red pepper flakes because I like spice. Oregano. A little bit of cayenne pepper. Cumin. Rice. We have some Worcestershire. Give it a nice stir. And by this point, your house should start smelling like something. At this point, because letting this cook. Definitely never leave your pot because seasoning, especially dry seasonings, love to stick to the bottom of your pan, especially your Dutch oven pot if you have one of these. So make sure you're sitting on it. So it's been about 10 minutes. Now we're just gonna add our broth. There's 3 ways you can do this. You can either add chicken broth, seafood broth, or you can make your own stock with shrimp heads and everything, but y'all know I'm not about to do all that. You already know I'm not about to do all that. Not for this dish, not for something that shouldn't take that long, but. So I'm gonna add about 2 of these. That'll help deglaze the bottom of the pan. So you wanna do that. Make sure you get all the seasonings into the pot. And then number 2, we're just gonna pour this in. It is pretty thin, but over time it will thicken up. I'm gonna give my potatoes a nice little rinse, and then we're gonna add those in. For potatoes, they're cut, washed, been soaked. So now we're just gonna add them in. Be careful. Oh, that was easy. All right. So all right. And so now we're just going to add in our bay leaves. I like to add 2 anytime I'm smothering anything. I'm going to let this cook for about 20 to 25 minutes, and then we're going to come back depending on the texture of the potatoes, because we want to just put our shrimp in at the last minute. You do not want to put your shrimp in early because your shrimp is going to be overcooked, and we do not like overcooked shrimp in our stews or soups. So yeah, the cook time really depends on the potatoes on this one. So I would say about 20 to 25 minutes with the lid on, so you can get a nice even cook on everything. So we'll be back in 20 minutes. Guys, real quick, I want to show you guys, when I'm talking, I always forget like something, but thankfully I caught it as I was filming. Anytime you're using any type of shrimp or crab or any type of seafood, you definitely want to put a little cap full of shrimp and crab oil. So I just filled up my cap and put it in there as well and gave it a nice stir. And I'm still letting it cook, do its thing. You don't want to put no more than a cup because the stuff is concentrated, and you know, just don't do it. That's what I've just been told, and I've never did more than a cupful because I do what I'm told. So I'm just passing the recipe down. That's what my mom said. It is what it is. Don't fight me on it. So yeah, we're just gonna do that, and you're gonna continue to let your potatoes cook for those 20-25 minutes I was saying. So it's been about 25 minutes, and you just want to see if your potatoes are fork tender, and they are. So what we want to do now is just put our shrimp in. These are peeled and deveined. So I'm just going to put these bad boys in. And they take about 5 to 7 minutes to cook. Shrimp does not take long to cook, especially in a stew that's been stewing for a while. And then if you want your if you want your soup to thicken up really quick, you can always just press some of the potatoes to the side and just thicken it up like that. And let it cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. And then I'm going to let it cool down for a little bit and make some rice. Just kind of relax a little bit more. Where's my wine? Oh, okay, there we go. But yeah, I'm just going to let it cool down for a little bit, have some wine because I like it when it's a little bit thicker. And then after that, I'll cook some rice, and then we'll be ready to eat.
If I wrote you a symphony just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents my